Hello Leapers, heading out on the Costa Rica Adventure Programme on the 11th of March. It's exciting, just around the corner. My name is Millie. I know I've spoken to lots of you over the last few weeks, and I'm just here now just to rattle through some last bits of admin to make sure that you're all prepared and ready for off. So, to start with, boring admin, we know how we love it. Flights, you're all booked. Now I know a lot of you are already out there, and if you're watching this, you just ignore all this admin because you're beyond that. But for all of you who are out there, I need you in the Rosa of America on the day of the 11th with a clean bill of health. So no, I want you there with a negative PCR test, or you can do a quick test, whichever you can find, but we need it to be negative, okay? If you could be there by 6 o'clock, that would be lovely. The flight for everybody else gets in about, I don't know, what is it? It's early evening. You will all be picked up by our team, so when you come out of the airport, just look for the big leap sign, and you will be whisked away to the Rosa of America to collapse for your first night. And that is where you will all meet everyone. Insurance, remember you need your battle face and your INS. I know the INS is sent to test us and to send us to an early grave, but it has to be done. Few tips. Yes, for some reason they put a 9 in front of your passport. I don't know why they do that, but they do. So don't panic, you didn't make a mistake. 2, when it says beneficiaries, put in a parent's passport details. Another top tip, option 1, option 2, go for option 2. Okay? Simples. The last thing of the admin is 24 hours before you go, you will need to do your health pass. I'm putting the link into this attached email. Don't try and do it any earlier, it doesn't work. Do it patiently. Again, like the INS, sent to test this. But patience is required, and it will eventually come through. You get the QR code, which is required for you to get on your flight. If any of you extend, and I know looking at the flight, not all of you are coming home, and most of you, I guarantee, will extend when you're out there. If you do that, that is very easy to do, but you have to extend your battle face and your INS. And to extend the INS, do you know what? It's easier just to buy another policy to fill in the extra time. Trust me, a lot of people have been trying to extend and it's not that straightforward. So that's my advice. In your MyLeap area, could you just go in and check everything is ticked and tidied away? The girls here are so on the admin, but it just makes their life so much easier. If you could also, in your MyLeap, fill in your policy number for your one of your insurances, not your INS, the other one, the battle face, or if you're American, the iNext, or whatever your home insurance is. Then we just have it on file should we need it. Injections, health and safety. So injections, I'm sure you're all up to speed with that. Remember, it is a no malaria zone. But the biggest threat to you out there, funnily enough, is not COVID. It is the simple cut. Getting midgy bites, insect bites, getting them infected, cuts on feet. Those to me are the things I worry about most and cause you the most hassle because it's hot, it's humid, and they quickly get infected. So have a look at your little first aid bag that you're going to take, and take anything good antiseptic to keep cuts clean. That is my top bit of advice. On arrival, you will get a 90-day visa. But what they seem to be doing at the moment is giving it in line with your INS. So just be aware of that. You are allowed to stay in country for 90 days. So if you can have a conversation and you see that they're about to do it, just check, actually you might extend what to do then. Can they just give you a 90-day visa now? See what they say. Usually they just say, no, we're doing it with your INS. If you do want to stay longer, extend your INS, and all shall be well. So you see, the INS, they've just got us in any which shape or form. Remember your PCR test before you go. That is a requirement to get through Europe, and that needs to be done in the 72-hour window prior to departure. You will also, on your way back, leaving Costa Rica, whether you're going to the States or to the UK, you will need to get a PCR test. If you are not extending, that will be done within the time of our program. That will be organised for you. If you are spending longer in Costa Rica, it is super easy to get a PCR test. You could do it in any of the major towns, or if you're in San Jose, you just go to the Hospital Biblica, where it's very, very simple. I've just sent an email today to everybody about the operational procedures for getting home. If you're coming back into the UK, you do need to do, in fact, I'm going to put it in the email just so that you have it squirreled away for a rainy day. You've got to fill in this form, and you've got to pre-book your COVID tests to be sent to you at home when you're quarantining at home for 14 days. It's all very complicated and really fiddly, but anyway, it has to be done. Okay, so that is your admin. Oh, money. Everyone asks about money. It is so easy to get money out of an ATM in Costa Rica, and you can get the local currency out or American dollars. I recommend getting the local currency out, because if you pay in American dollars, they always give you the local currency in cash, as change, so you always get confused with what's the right exchange rate, and it's a really good opportunity for you to be ripped off. So that is my advice. On day one, you'll be taken to the nearest cash point to get that sorted. So don't worry about getting local currency. If anything, just take, say, $100 on you just for emergencies. Just looking at my little list. Okay, kit. Look at the kit list in MyLeap. Everything on there is for a reason. Please take a big rucksack and not a suitcase. It's really so much easier to take a big rucksack, and a day pack for all the kind of day hikes. A water bottle. Oh my God, you'd be amazed how many people forget their water bottle. A pillow and a single duvet cover. That's for when you're at ASVO and when you're at Natura, the wildlife sanctuary. Just take a pillow, just a squishy pillow that you're going to use on the phone, on the plane, you know, one of those little blow-ups, one of the things, cheap things you get at the airport. And a single duvet cover. I know, it's my top tip. I always take it, I always take my one from school, funny enough. Single duvet cover, you climb in, you can button up, safe, plenty of room for moving about, and that is just a brilliant thing to take. You do need a mozzie net, a pair of sturdy trainers, a head torch, and if you want, a snorkel and mask for when you're at the beach at the end, because apparently there's fantastic snorkeling possibilities there. Okay, now your itinerary. I have attached, and you'll see attached to the email that this link came in, your updated placement kind of program description. A few little tweaks. The first group have just completed it. They loved it. But the working in the wildlife sanctuary feedback is it is hot, sweaty, and hard work. So you do have, I know it's 4 days work, 1 day out, 4 days work, but I think sneakily they do give you, kind of gauge what the feedback is and whip you off to the beach if you're all struggling in the heat. The accommodation there at the wildlife sanctuary is that they've got one big kind of modernised accommodation, and then there's a smaller, older block which isn't so nice. I think it's very hot and very steamy. So whoever goes in the rougher accommodation will get treated with the first dibs or whatever the best rooms available at the Samara house. So don't feel you're going to be hard done by. It is rough, it is a challenge, this trip. It isn't just kind of lying about. You're going to have kind of days of hiking, working, but at the same time you are going to have beach days, relaxing, and beers in the evening. So I think from the feedback from this round, the balance was about right, and everyone kind of, it's really kind of cohesive teamwork when you're all sweating, working together in the wildlife sanctuary. But the wildlife sanctuary is very, very special. It was going to be closed down before the first group got there. So he can't believe his luck, because there's no furlough scheme in Costa Rica. There's nothing like that. And he was going to have to put all the animals down. So he is rejoicing, the owners. And they're a wonderful team. And you will see it's an amazing place. all the wild animals that you can possibly shake a stick at, all there for you to see. So that is it. Any questions, you know where we are. But I just want to wish you a fantastic time. Love every minute of it. Send our love to the tropics and the heat.